I've been speaking to Coca-Cola on Twitter, Coca-Cola UK in particular, and for the first time in 7 years, Vanilla Coke is back in stores. Where did you go? They don't give me any Vanilla Coke. Anyway, so yes, if you're a fan of Vanilla Coke, it is back in stores.
If you can find it, I went on quite a trip to find out. Anyway,
where did you end up?
I ended up just Glasgow. No, Asda. Right, so this week we want to talk about fame and celebrity culture. Now, the reason why I've chosen this subject today is because of the whole Janoskians episode which happened while we were in London.
Yes.
Now, if you didn't hear about this, I don't know how we quite missed it because we were in London at the time.
I think we were at Hyde Park at one point as well.
Yeah, I know. Some of the clips that we took in our last video, actually, you could see it all going on a bit in the background.
Let's see. Right here.
But yeah, basically these guys, we don't really know them. They're Australian, I believe.
Yeah.
They're called the Janoskians, and apparently we should know them, but everyone there didn't seem to actually know why they should know them either. Like, at one point I was watching a video and some guy went up to this girl and was like, why are the Janoskians so great? And they were like, just for breathing! I was like, oh my god. It's so ridiculous. But basically, I think what had happened was these guys were supposed to come over and they were supposed to have got to this, I can't remember what they call them. I was going to say gondola, but that's a cable car thing. Gazebo, like
a time machine.
Yeah, something. They were supposed to go to this place where the fans could surround them, but not get at them. But someone had heard about where they were going to get to, and basically everyone just trampled through London. All these screaming girls like, ah! And people literally got trampled. There was like videos of girls with like their hands cut open from being just completely stood on. And
I think one girl broke her leg, so I heard. That could be wrong.
Yeah, but it is just an absolutely crazy culture. I'm not sure I would actually want that, to be honest.
No, I think the cool thing about YouTube is the fact that people can sort of get internet famous.
Yeah. And
kind of, it's like, to get into Hollywood, it's difficult. Like, you have to get agents and you have to go to drum, you got to do all the sort of the things. With YouTube, you can sort of do it yourself and get to where you are kind of by yourself, and it's almost like a self-achievement type thing. That's the nice side.
Yeah, like, I mean, YouTube slogan is, of course, broadcast yourself. And if you've got a personality that people like, and you actually have skills as such, then I think that's great. You should sort of have fans. But at the same time, these people don't even know half the time why they're famous. It's like, I was in, like I said, Asda, like, earlier, and this girl, she, like, literally must have been, like, 6, something like that. She was, like, by the magazines, and pointed at this, like, picture, this cover on the front of this magazine. So, Mum, is that Conor Maynard? And they were like, and she was like, yeah, that is. I love him! It's like, you don't even know who he was until you knew. It was like, I literally wanted to go up to her and be like,
brilliant.
But instead I punched her in the face. No.
we do not like support beating up children.
No, in fairness, that's going to be a long court case. No, that didn't actually happen. But it's frustrating because, like, she didn't actually even know who this person was. And it's basically just because society has told her to, like, she should like this person, not because he actually has any. I was going to say he has no talent. That's not for me to say, but that's not the reason why these people like him.
I think, this isn't just sort of in internet land or real land. I mean, I read an article today about Justin Bieber. Now, obviously he's got the Beliebers. And this girl, she's 15, she tweeted out something sort of anti-Bieber. It wasn't mean, it wasn't particularly mean, it just wasn't, I don't support him, essentially. And the Beliebers went mad at this girl, the death threats, threatening, she's 15.
It's sickening, it's a sickening culture.
The article I wrote was, the article I read, I didn't write it, the article I read was a guy basically writing to Justin Bieber saying, listen, we know you got a fan base, we don't care what you do, just kind of control your fans. And I know that's difficult to do, but the fact that the fans support sort of these artists so much, they actually have a lot more sort of jurisdiction over sort of how they control them than they think, I think.
The thing is, it gets genuinely really dark and scary. Like, Justin Bieber tweeted out saying he was sad or something like that the other day, and it started off a hashtag saying self-harm for Bieber.
Is that back?
That was a thing, and it was quite recent. Because
there was cuts for Bieber, where a picture of Justin Bieber smoking a joint was leaked on the internet. I was like, oh, I'm going to cut myself because Justin Bieber does drugs. And I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing, internet? You know?
I find
live your own life and don't kill yourselves.
Yeah. That's a great motto to live by,
that's going to be on a t-shirt.
So, basically, what do you think of celebrity culture in general? I mean, just chuck all that in the comments below. Would love to know.
Another thing I quickly want to talk about, while we sort of still got some airtime, is Becoming YouTube is a show. I don't know if you've actually seen any of it.
I keep meaning to watch it, yeah.
The most recent episode was about girls on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it stirred up a big debate because there's sort of the things that people were saying were like there aren't enough girls on YouTube, or girls on YouTube are just makeup gurus and stuff, that sort of thing. Mm-hmm. And I think it's kind of unfair I mean, a lot more men are sort of internet famous than women.
I don't know. I sort of
that's
think
the message
that
came across.
Don't. I mean, I think both sides sort of have.
You reckon
fans.
It's a 50-50 split?
Near enough. The only problem I find is that is the same as everywhere in society. It's the really quite attractive people that, and then people are liking them again, not for their talent, but because they're just attractive. And again, I mean that's sort of fine, but I think that sort of alienates the people that are truly talented.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Now, what's the day today? It is Saturday, the 8th, 9th. Next week, from our point, next week we will be at the Bristol YouTube gathering. If you don't know about it, the link will be in the description box. Now, this is very important. Behind us is a completely empty shelf, minus the hippo and paintbrush man. Now, we'd like some stuff for the shelf, so if you have any junk in your house, sort of any old toys or whatever.
I was going to say, the one is shop is they are looking quite lonely up there. So please give us just anything. It doesn't matter how small, how big. It'd be good.
Yeah, if you just find anything that you've been meaning to get rid of, but you can't find a home for, bring it along to the Bristol gathering if you're going, and we will take it off your hands and we will display it forever, or until we get too much stuff on our shelf. And maybe one day we'll get a PO box and you can just send us.
Disclaimer: long as it's legal, otherwise go through some other source to get rid of them.
Yes. Anyway, that is all.
Just time to spin our square of dares, I guess.
Oh yes, I forgot about this. It's been a few weeks since we've done this, so I've completely forgot. Oh, I've broken the thing on the back. I think we'll be all right. We'll be all right. Just spin.
Okay. Hold conversation without breaks.
Oh, brilliant. Okay.
Okay, this will be fun.
Future Ryan, we want a countdown. 3, 2, 1. So Ryan, video games affecting society. Now, do you think they're getting too violent, or do you think they're kind of at all right place?
I don't think they really make any effect on society whatsoever. I mean, considering you think about soaps and stuff like that, how people actually become thinking that that's actually realistic everyday life.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose soaps and other TV shows are kind of really difficult to kind of not sort of realise that they're not the news. They are comedy or whatever on TV that people are making to watch.
I was going to say that this is the kind of things that people watch every day and get really into, and really just viewing all murder and just people cheating and stuff, that doesn't seem more like real everyday life than Gears of War.
Yeah, so I think in a way we should start looking at video games as fiction instead of looking at them as fact, and sort of making them seem like they affect us as a society, because some video games are actually quite good and set in space and things like that. So this is really hard, and I really want to stop.
I was gonna say, because I mean, like, some are really great for you. Like I said, like Portal is a great like puzzle game. It really gets you thinking, and I feel like I'm really moving my hands a lot. I feel like this is like a rap battle, and I'm putting it down.
And there's one more thing I want to mention while we're talking about educational games. There's actually a website where you can download a game which allows you to molecularly change structures like molecules and stuff. And it actually goes back to research facilities around the world, so they actually cure like cancer.
Isn't one called Polymer? Is it? Because
I think
that's
it might
what
be.
I was going to talk about earlier in TechBurst. So that was a nice plug back to our other show over youtube.com/TechBurst. I'm really like running out of breath now.
I think we really should wrap this up, because if we don't, then we're gonna end up talking forever. So we'll see you guys later. Bye.
Pushing